Okay.
Chicka, chicka. Yeah.
Kill Bill and Rev. We don't suck. Ooh. Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to my Hibbity Hop podcast. This is your good buddy, Kill Bill.
Hey, yo, what it do, man? This your boy, Rav. Hey.
Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, Matt Watson, back on the podcast game for the first time on this podcast. Is that good?
You did great. You did great. It's a little too aggressive.
I can try again.
Yeah, tone it down a little bit. I don't want to scare people.
It's all right. You know, I think we'll just edit you out.
I think there's a little bit too much echo in the room, dude. I think you need to, can you, stand outside and just yell, with the door shut?
Actually, I could go outside my bedroom window and scream. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna open up my window. Hold on.
Okay.
This is how we're doing the podcast, because we care about quality on this podcast. I'm gonna open up my bedroom window, and I'm gonna run outside real quick.
See, Bill, I like working with real professionals.
Yo, guys, can you hear me? I'm outside my room right now. I'm outside. Is this good for the podcast?
Okay, this is perfect, Matt. Perfect.
What did he say?
Just kidding. I goofed you. I'm back. I didn't
dude.
actually. I'm not gonna do it outside.
That deception is that's a bad trait.
I really did go outside. That wasn't a joke.
Oh, I thought you were lying to us. I was about to say, cut it off.
I gotta shut my window. I actually ran outside.
Give him some credit, Bill. Okay, guys, so welcome to the 6th episode of the We Don't Suck podcast. Right from the gate, we have some updates. Bill.
Yes.
iTunes?
iTunes. We're going to be on iTunes.
You guys are gonna be on iTunes? Fuck, dude.
Yeah, man. Well, the podcast is going to be on iTunes. We're already there. We're on Apple Music and Spotify and all that fun stuff.
You guys are on Spotify?
No, the podcast isn't on Spotify yet.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I can't even get my podcast on Spotify.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. They hate people, apparently.
Wait a second. Holy shit. Wait, it is on Spotify. Wait, what?
Wait.
Yeah, Super Megacast is on Spotify.
Holy shit.
What?
That's
I just
crazy.
checked. All right, sweet.
Is this a world exclusive?
This is a fucking huge moment for me, because I've been trying to get my podcast on Spotify for months, and I guess they just
Holy
accepted it and didn't tell me. All right,
Dude,
guys,
cue those air horns we were talking about earlier, dude.
Yeah, put some in, man. I'm excited. That's I feel very good now. I was real disappointed to come on We Don't Suck, but now that I found this news out, I'm really excited.
Yeah, man, you win some, and then there's also We Don't Suck. Aside from that, the other good news is we're working on shirts, put up the preliminary designs.
Oh shit, that's beautiful.
Oh my god.
Look at
the quality.
shirts.
Look, feel it. Feel it. Can you feel that?
Oh man.
Good
I'm
material.
imagining that I'm holding one of these cotton t-shirts right now, and it's so
They're
soft,
actually
and I'm
made
putting it
of
against my face.
They're actually made of chainmail. It's like a solid chainmail material.
Yours are chainmail. I thought we agreed mine were gonna be like straw.
Yeah. And then there's the secret, there's a chance you'll get a slime shirt too, but it's that's the hollow edition, the really rare
I would love to have
one.
a shirt. You remember those little things if you went to CiCi's Pizza and you get one of those capsules out of the quarter machine, and it'd be that little sticky slime hand you'd slap against the wall? Imagine a shirt made out of that material.
Yeah, dude.
Like a sweater, a turtleneck.
I don't have to imagine it. I'm wearing it right now, and I can't wait for all of our listeners to start wearing these too.
Yeah. Go buy one, everybody.
We're still working on them. Those will be made quite soon. We'll let you guys know as soon as they're out. But hey, get excited and tell your dad.
I actually would really love one. So what if I sent you guys free Super Mega shirts and you sent me a We Don't Suck shirt?
Ooh.
That sounds like a good exchange, Bill.
Yeah.
But I think we can extort him further.
Yeah, I'm thinking
you don't
you
have to
gotta
do
send us
that.
your underwear too.
Worn?
It ain't super mega if it ain't worn.
It ain't super megma if it ain't got super smegma.
Do you guys know Napoleon? I read that Napoleon, the little short man, apparently he was just so into that pussy smell that he would write his wife while he was at war and be like, don't bathe until I'm back, and then he would get home and just bury his face in that.
Yeah, I remember that. That was in my history class too.
Yeah, that's in the textbook.
Middle school was wild.
A highlight of middle school for sure.
But yeah, everyone should get one of those shirts whenever they're out, and go download these boys on iTunes. Because it's a good podcast.
Thanks, man.
Pleasantly surprised when I listened to the first episode. Not that I didn't think you guys would be able to produce some great content, but I listened to it and I was like, fuck, this is really good.
Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We actually we have some beef with you that it's been kind of awkward that we haven't discussed it with you, up until now. But
Yeah.
we've noticed you have the same artist.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I saw the characters you guys did for your podcast, and I liked it so much that I said, I didn't think you guys would notice if I used the same artist.
I just like, I'm not trying to come off as like angry or salty or anything, but you're gonna have to take the podcast down now because I'm tired of this shit, man. It's like every time we do something, it's like you just fucking just copycat the shit, and it's just we're getting comments. And I just think you need to.
Dude, I'll listen. Okay, how about what if I just change the artist?
No.
No, cease and desist, man.
Fucking
It's like
hell. Fuck.
I don't make the rules. I just extort people.
I don't make the rules. I just blackmail people and ruin their lives.
The cool thing is, legitimately, Bill and I, we tried to do a podcast about 2 or 3 years ago, and we had the exact same intro for like We Don't Suck, etc. But we never took it anywhere because we didn't really have direction, and we wanted to do something proper and calculated and thought out.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, the biggest difficulty for us was getting the characters right. And then I feel like on the episode of the Super Mega podcast that we were on, what Dawn did with our characters, the yellow and the purple.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's just something clicked in me, and I was like, yo, that's perfect.
No, they're great characters. Like, and the branding on your podcast, I gotta say, it's top notch. I really love it.
Thank you very much. Still learning editing, step by step, making some
Goofing up here and there. Dude, that happens. I mean, I've been editing since I was in like 5th grade, and now I edit professionally for a living, and I still make mistakes all the time.
Well, that's reassuring. Thank you for
Dude,
saying that.
No problemo.
I was gonna say, like, he's learning editing. I'm not. I'm just like I'm just slave driving in the background. That's what I do. Like,
Well, that's important, man. You gotta put the whip on Rav every now and then.
I mean, he's
not gonna get anything else done.
Exactly.
I'm kind of mad that Bill's revealed it because my plan up until now was that whenever I was going to make editing mistakes, I was going to say Bill edited those episodes,
You can still
And
say
now I
it,
can't even
man.
do that.
That's what I do. That's what I do when whenever I make a mistake editing like Super Mega, I'll just be like, oh yeah, Ryan edited that episode. That wasn't me. And then everyone goes and attacks Ryan on Twitter. So it's like, woo, got off of that one easy.
Shouts out to Ryan. Everybody go and attack Ryan on
Yeah,
Twitter.
really attack the hell out of him on Twitter because he loves that. That's really his favorite thing.
He's into it.
I got an update myself. That's pretty big.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Exclusive? Number 2?
Yeah, no one's heard this yet. Bill Cosby has been sentenced to 3 to 10 years in state prison.
Oh shit. Everybody give it up for Hannibal Buress. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Hannibal.
Good guy.
Thank you,
Good
Hannibal.
guy.
Thank you.
He's looking real cute.
Is he even gonna is Bill Cosby even gonna live to see the outside of prison? Because he's pretty fucking old at this point.
I mean, it's 3 to 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means 2.
I feel like he's gonna live until the day he's freed, and then he's gonna just go hey and die right as soon as he hits the outside world.
He's gonna be so excited when he gets on the outside. He's gonna let out one large Fat Albert hey, but he puts all that pent up energy to just unleash that hey that he built up throughout prison. It's gonna give him an aneurysm, and he's gonna fall over dead the moment before he walks out those prison gates.
What if he goes to prison? What if Bill Cosby goes to prison and starts working out and becomes really buff in his old age on some Master Roshi shit? And just comes out, he's huge, and he just starts fucking everybody up. And he doesn't even talk. He just he runs up on people, hey, and just starts punching people.
What if he just fucking came out of prison as the exact cartoon version of Fat Albert and just walks right out with the red sweater and everything? And he's legitimately just a 2D drawing. He's like, prison changed me. What if he just starts working out in prison, but he just starts to age backwards, and he comes out and he's the charming 30-year-old Bill Cosby everybody loved back in the day.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The Curious Case of Benjamin Cosby.
Benjamin Cosby. That's
That movie's too fucking long. I like that movie, but it was like over 3 hours. And anytime a movie's like 3 hours, I'm like, all right, let's cut it down.
I agree with you. I went to the cinema to watch it, and I remember just sitting there feeling like I was binging a TV show.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's just too fucking long.
It's great, but every time I thought it was about to end, it's just like, oh, new arc.
Yeah.
How long is this movie?
I feel like if it was a movie in like if it came out in like the VHS years, it would have been those like 2 for VHS. It's like the Titanic, you know? That's some real shit. If you look at it, you're like, holy shit, this is 2 of them for the price of 1.
I had a bunch of movies like that growing up on VHS. I remember like my parents had Titanic was on 2 VHSs, Saving Private Ryan was on 2 VHSs, and then I remember the movie It was on 2 VHSs, and I remember I watched that at like my 10th birthday party on VHS and scared the fuck out of myself.
Oh yeah, I watched that. It was the shower scene where he comes out of the fucking the drain or whatever.
Oh yeah, dude, that movie.
I saw that
scary.
when I was like 10, and like for whatever reason, like I was so afraid of clowns, and my mom was just like, no, it'll be fine. He needs to learn.
All right.
No, for real, Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Not Bill Cosby. What's the guy's name? Who plays the clown? Tim
Curry.
Tim Curry. Why did I say Bill Cosby? Tim
Bill
Curry.
Cosby is it.
Bill Cosby's
like
the clown. That would be scary.
Part.
That'd be terrifying if Bill Cosby played Pennywise the clown. But Tim Curry, like, he's a terrifying clown.
Yeah, he is. I like Tim Curry a lot.
He does. He does the voice of the Thornberrys guy too.
Yeah, so just like think anytime you watch that movie now, then you can think of him like being in like the voice, the vocal booth, and him going like one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know it's a thing that's happened. That's what we call range.
Bill, can you give us another one of those impressions of Nigel Thornberry?
Was that good?
Oh, Bill,
that was rare.
That's fucking great, dude. You ever thought about voice acting as a career?
Yeah, man. I was thinking about like just voice acting, but only using Nigel Thornberry sounds, like just to emote like any character. So would you guys like to throw some characters at me, and maybe I could try doing a little
Ash Ketchum.
Ash Ketchum. Okay, could you be anyone who is talking to Ash Ketchum real quick? Can we have like a conversation? So it's
okay,
real?
I'll be Brock.
Okay.
I love to watch my Pokemon fuck.
Sorry, you caught me off slipping there.
Because he's a breeder.
Yeah, I always thought about that was weird.
Oh yeah, dude, that is weird. He makes them fuck.
Yeah.
You know what really happens. He puts them in like a cage together. He does the thing where, like, you know when you want your hamsters to fuck, you put like the towel over the cage for 3 days, and then they fuck for like 3 days straight.
Is that like a thing? Do people be like, I want these hamsters to fuck? Is that a thing that people say?
Yeah, dude.
That's
I remember my cousin had hamsters, and like he wanted them to fuck, so he put a blanket over it, and then they fucked him, and the hamster had like 20 babies, and then like ate the babies too.
Yeah, I hear that if you like touch a hamster's baby, like it'll think it's tainted and like eat the baby.
So
life imitates art.
My mom tried to do that shit with me.
That shit's sick. Yo, this is completely. I should have did this earlier, but I have a little update, a little announcement for everybody.
I already said the Bill Cosby thing.
Yeah. Oh no, another one. There's another one. You know, that's a good one. That's a pretty solid one.
Okay.
I have another one.
What's up, bro?
We're actually doing a reissue of the resin CDs. The one that has like RPG and all that on there.
See these nuts?
Got them.
Sit down,
Got them.
Okay, that was my contribution for the episode. I'll just kick back now and listen to you guys.
Take a seat, buddy.
Just take a back seat. But yeah, they're gonna be in we're gonna do like pre-orders for them. Like they're gonna be here in like I think 2 weeks or something like
Holy
that.
shit,
But if you
I
want to go
want
ahead
one
and
of those.
order them,
I love resin.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, those are gonna be available. We put a little link in the bio in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? In the bio, is that what they call it? Is that what the YouTubers say? Description?
In the link in the description, yeah.
Bio,
in
dude?
the bio?
What are you, a fucking Instagram?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck?
Well, it just made me think of my idol Jake Paul or Logan Paul. You know what I'm saying? Link in bio.
I love
Good
those.
guys.
I love those boys.
No, we're gonna put Bill's resin pre-order link in the tags.
You have to download a special plugin for like Chrome just to view the tags, and then you can get the link, which is like broken up into 3 different tags, and you got to put it together in the search bar, and then you can go pre-order the CD.
And it can be yours for only 3 easy payments. You know?
That's it, dude.
Just 3, dude. Actually, it's kind of difficult, I guess, because you have to do the tag thing. But if you can get past that, so it's like I'd say 6 out of 10 in difficulty payments. Okay, but I have faith in all of you guys. I think you're all smart. You're all smart, big brain people.
They got they got that big brain energy, as the memers would say.
Oof.
Yeah, right. That's a relevant meme. It's big right now.
It's good that we have Matt on here to appeal to the youth.
I can keep you guys up to date on all the memes and then get you a nice 13-year-old fan base.
I'm with it.
Thank you, man.
Of course, man. That's what I'm here for.
We gotta appeal to the ancient ones.
Yes, they're called the ancient ones. I constantly forget.
Yeah, that's right.
So, in case you weren't aware, Matt, millennials are people who are at least a millennia old. So we've decided to give them the proper respect and call them the ancient ones. So I'm sick of the ancient ones and their liptard ways,
They're all on their iPhones, all of those ancient ones.
Well, let me tell you guys something about myself that you might not know. According to some definitions, I'm not a millennial. I'm Gen Z.
Yeah, you're Gen Z. I know. We know. Don't worry. We know you're not an ancient one.
I'm not a fucking millennial. I'm not one of those gross, disgusting. They're always on their e-phones and their smart pads and they want everything done for them. But I actually, you know what? I worked for what I got. I'm Gen Z. I don't expect everything to be handed to me. I understand the value of hard work. So
yeah, that's good. It's real cool. Thanks for shitting on us, by the way. Anyway,
am I the first Gen Z guest you guys have ever had?
You're the first guest we've ever had.
Oh shit! I'm so honored.
No.
The thing about Gen Z is a lot of people consider Gen Z to start in 1996, and I was born at the beginning of 1996. So I'm 22 years old, but technically, by some definitions, that means I'm not a millennial and I'm Gen Z. But other people define millennial as after 9/11. It's like if you were born after 9/11, that makes you like a Gen Z. So I like to call myself a Gen Zer though, because I don't want to be grouped in with millennials. So
so do you feel personally responsible for 9/11?
I do have some guilt every now and then, if I'm being honest. I do feel somewhat like I could have helped prevent that, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's like it's done. All I can do is try to move forward and forgive myself. It was a big mess up, but there's not much I can do.
I mean, we all feel the same way.
Yeah,
we all feel the same way. Sorry, Bill, I cut you off. You were saying something, some bullshit.
Yeah, it really was some bullshit. I would just say that I'd like to describe myself as a baby boomer, even though I'm technically not. I just like to tell people I am just to see what they got to think about it,
I fucking love like baby boomer memes, like the memes that like baby boomers share on Twitter and Facebook. It was mainly Facebook, but like they're so bad.
There was one that I saw that I think was the perfect one. It was like, I don't know, you're from South Carolina, so I'm sure you see a lot of wild ones from people that are like...
I save them all on my phone every time I see them. I have the biggest folder on my phone just filled with boomer memes. Oh my God,
there was this one that was not ironic. I swear to God, it was not ironic.
They're never ironic because they don't I feel like boomers don't understand like irony in memes, so they make these like top text, bottom text images. They're just so fucking bad.
But it was like legitimately like it was a minion. And then it said something like along the lines of like, don't trust Muslims. And I was just like, there's no way this is like someone just made this like without it being a joke. But it was like some 50-year-old lady that it's like,
that's how it always goes, man. It's always like 40 to 60-year-old people on Facebook. And it'll be like a picture of like Hillary Clinton behind prison bars, and it has some shitty top text, bottom text, and it doesn't make any sense. But they're so good. I have so many of them.
So wait, that minion meme, is that not a direct quote from the movie then?
that was a weird direction to take the movie, I personally thought, when they did that whole anti-Muslim thing.
It was a risky move, but I think it really paid off,
Ultimately it did, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely it did. You know what? Like, I think that it made the movie more memorable.
I fuck around and do what I gotta do. I fuck around and do what I must. I fuck around, but never with your heart, baby. Because you're art to me. I don't wanna get lost in you, but I can't just get lost. You and me got options, true, but all of mine got me pissed off. I used to think that I was incapable of falling, yet my mouth is full of wind with its sharp edges. I'm not a big fan of tryst with the harsh exits. When we sit in the dark, it's straight Nicholas Sparks. Cheesy romance looks great under starlight. Hit me straight like a bar fight. You see through me, fog scraping the car lights. I took you out on a date to the Carmichaels. Mad Max trying not to act whack, but shit, you in my bars, so I'm guessing that we're past that. Goddamn, I wanna touch you. Goddamn, goddamn. I fuck around and do what I gotta do. I fuck around and do what I must. I fuck around, but never with your heart, baby. Because you're art to me. I don't wanna get lost in you, but I can't just get lost.
Actually, speaking of memorable, Matt, Bill and I are not very familiar with how you got into what it is that you do. I know that you've been into like filming and shit since you were a kid, but could you take us through sort of what really got you into video and etc.?
Yeah, dude, absolutely. It would be my highest pleasure to tell you this story. So, first of all, let me I sent you guys a good boomer meme in the Discord group chat real quick, so if you'd please
let's
look
take
at
this
that. The story.
Oh God.
Throw it up on the screen one time.
Don't throw that one on the screen. So basically, I got a.
Can we just talk about one thing? Okay, just looking at this particular one. Why did they go? I like that. I like this is stupid. But no, why did they go and make the impact font like not white? Like, why did they make it like this?
It's like
weird
baby blue.
Baby blue. Oh my God.
I don't understand. Anyway, the beginning of my story, let me think. So when I was like 9 years old, I'll take it all the way back this far. I had a friend named Hires, and he had like this old ass video like cassette camera that had to be plugged into a wall at all times, and it ran off these like big clunky tapes. And his mom was like a private investigator, so she had like a bunch of film equipment. So we'd use that, and we'd just like hang out at his house on the weekends, and we would just make I think it was called like the Matt Show or something. But we would just shoot these ridiculous like stupid shows, you know, like we were 9, so of course they were terrible. But I remember back then making those, I had so much fun and thinking like, oh man, this is like, I want to keep doing this. I love being in things, and I love like making things and seeing myself on camera and like looking at the outcome and making, you know, my friends laugh with it. So that's kind of where that started. And then for like my 10th or 11th birthday, I remember my mom got me this used tape recorder, like this video camera that also used like these little tapes. And I couldn't put it on the computer or anything, so it was simply just stuck to tapes. But I had the best time with it. I would just go around, I would make little like sketch comedy shows with it. I remember I would like interview my stuffed animals and shit, and interview my pets, and I would make like little Lego movies. And I really just loved doing that. And then for Christmas one year, I got this really crappy little video camera. I loved it at the time, but it was so bad. It was called like a Vidster, I think. And I remember the lens was like the size of a pinhole. It was so small. But like I was able to then put my videos onto a computer at that point. And I had this computer in my room that my neighbor gave me. And it was like a really old Macintosh. I couldn't connect it to the internet, and the only thing on it was like iMovie, like 2006 iMovie, 2005 iMovie, something like that. So I started just making these videos, and I couldn't share them, but I would just like fuck around and have fun with that. And then finally my dad, for work, his job, he needed to get like one of those old iMacs, and it was like the first generation that had the webcam built in. And I realized like, oh shit, I can make videos on this webcam, and then basically I can upload them to myfreecams.com and get all these myfreecam tokens. No, that didn't really happen, but I would like basically shoot these videos, and then I discovered Google Video. And I started making these shitty videos, and I'd upload them there. So I was like, oh my God, I can share them on the internet. I got in a lot of trouble for that, actually, because my parents did not want me uploading videos of myself to the internet. Because remember back in the day, before the internet was like super it's not friendly, but before it was like super well known, parents just saw the internet as like, if you went on, you were going to get preyed on by a pedophile. So it's like, you got to stay off the internet.
Oh, absolutely.
So like my mom and dad were so mad when I would upload, when they found out I had uploaded a Google video. I think I actually got grounded. But finally, when I was in I think I was in 5th grade at the time. When I got to 6th grade, my mom was like, okay, you can upload videos to YouTube. So YouTube was just starting out. This was very early era YouTube. Smosh had just started. So I remember my friend from middle school, we started a channel, and that's that infamous channel of mine that has Crank Dad Nerdy Boy on it and all those great classics, all the classic smash hits. I started uploading videos there, and I got really into it. And that was the first time I ever made a show, I guess, a show type thing on my old YouTube channel. And I just got addicted to it, where I would make little commercials for my own show, and no one was watching it. 15 people max maybe would watch this shit I would make. But I just remember how much fun I had. And I remember even back when I was in 6th grade, thinking man, I really want to do YouTube for a living, if that was ever possible. And it never seemed possible. I was oh, no way I could ever do that. That's no one does YouTube as a job. And first of all, how can you make money on that? And it's just impossible. I really liked it, and I did it until about 8th or 9th grade, and then I just stopped doing it. And then sometime in 11th grade, I made a new channel, and that was my old Kids of Problems channel. My friend Jose and I made a little music video, We Sell Drugs. And I was high school, 10th or 11th grade, I don't remember. And that was fun, just to get back into it for a bit. And by this point I'd realized I can never do YouTube as a profession, because it just sounds ridiculous. And also back then, back when I was in middle school, doing YouTube for a living wasn't a job yet. That wasn't a thing people made money on, or people. This is before the ad revenue system, so it was really just a hobby back in kind of the golden days of YouTube, I guess you could say.
Right.
But I basically, when I got to college, I met my friend Jackson, and we were both pretty interested in film and making and writing stuff. And I was like, hey, well, we should make some videos, because he'd seen my old We Sell Drugs video, and he's like, hey, that's not bad. Maybe we could make something funny. And our sense of humor just clicked so well. So I was like, yeah, let's make something. So I got back on my old Kids of Problems channel, and we started making little sketch videos, and they got a little traction. And I was like, oh my God, people are actually watching this. So that's my freshman year of college. And during the process of that, I met Ryan and Daniel from Syndigo. I met them through a mutual friend, and we talked over Facebook chat for the first time. And I sent them my channel, and they checked it out, and they were like, oh shit, we really like this. And I was like, yeah, I really like Syndigo. And then we just kind of talked every now and then on the internet. And eventually after I finished my freshman year of college, towards that May, I think it was 2014, they invited me to come out and come meet them, because we never met before, and just crash at their place and maybe make some videos for Syndigo. And I was like, holy shit, this is the golden opportunity for me, because these guys are so funny. I'm a fan of their stuff, and they actually like my stuff and want to make videos together. So I booked a ticket, and as soon as my classes ended, I flew out to LA for a couple weeks, and I just hung out. And that was actually when we made Blonde Boys and Fuck Your Mom and all those videos on Syndigo. And
oh, that's
yeah,
great.
So it just kind of it was a great couple weeks. Basically during that time period, that was when I met the YouTuber Markiplier, and he was looking for an editor, and I got to know him, and he had seen my videos and the stuff I had made with Syndigo, and he was kind of desperate for an editor, I believe, at the time. So he kind of just out of nowhere, I'd gone back to South Carolina. I remember I was working at Chick-fil-A, and I was cleaning the kids' room, and I got a text from Mark, and he basically asked if I could call him, and I did. And basically he just offered me a job if I wanted to move out to LA and come edit for him. So I got really lucky in that sense. Just that kind of just all came together. So within a month I had moved out to LA, dropped out of college, it was super scary, and it was really rough too, because at the time I remember it was really tough, because I loved college. I loved USC, University of South Carolina, and I just made the best friends I'd ever had there. I was in a really great relationship with this girl at the time, and basically I had to make the choice of this is kind of what I wanted since I was a kid, to do this kind of stuff. And I think that I could be potentially this could be a road for a lot of success for me, and a lot of experiences and opportunities. But, I'm going to have to basically leave this stuff behind that I have right now, because I would have to go long distance with my girlfriend. I wouldn't be able to finish school with all my friends. I'd have to leave my friends. And that was really fucking tough for me. I remember like it was one of the worst weeks of my life when I couldn't make that decision. I was in between yes and no, and just that indecisiveness was so fucking tough for me. And I initially said no. I told Mark, I said no. I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to, leave the comfort of what I already had. But then I thought about it more, and I realized like, shit, this is an opportunity, and this is kind of, I've wanted to do this YouTube stuff since I was a kid, as lame as that sounds, and it's just, when am I gonna get handed an opportunity like this again? So I bit the bullet, I took it, came out, and I started working, editing videos for Markiplier's channel back in 2015 until early 2016 when Ryan and I parted ways from that channel, and we started Super Mega. And then shortly after, we had become pretty good friends with the guys over at Game Grumps, and they needed editors. And it just kind of so happened to work out that it was just kind of perfect timing. And next thing you know, we're editing for Game Grumps, and we're doing our personal channel every day. And that was 2 years ago since we got that position. And now we've just been working on trying to work our way up from there. So that is where we are today. So that is the super long, full story of how all of this happened. I just talked for a super long time without even letting you guys say a word, so I apologize.
No,
but
this is super interesting.
That's the story.
We know the lore now.
You guys know the full Matt Watson lore.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Also, it was nice to not hear Bill talk for a little while.
Yeah,
as
I was
well.
thinking the
Just
same thing,
refreshing.
honestly. I was thinking like, damn, it's nice not listening to him talk. That fucking South Carolina accent just driving into my ear. I'll tell you what, brother. I'm so glad that a couple guys from South Carolina had me on their podcast.
Yo, hold on. I gotta do this weird test because like this happens to me all the time because people tell me I don't have that much of an accent. So I want you to just say this word I'm gonna type out. Okay, can you just say that word for me?
Water.
Oh, dude, that's the N word. Don't say it.
Yo, Bill, what the fuck, dude? I can't say that. I know you think you might be able to because you're from South Carolina, but I can't say that.
That was the test. No. Could you say what I really said?
All right,
Just say
I'll say it. Okay. You really want me to say the N-word? All right. It's water.
Water. Okay, I say it too because like I don't know about where you were from, but people down here say water.
Water? What?
Yeah, they'd be like, yeah, can I get a glass of water? Like I hear it all the time.
I've heard that. Yeah. What the hell is up with that?
I don't know, man. What part of you're from Charleston originally, right?
Yeah, I'm from I was born and raised in Charleston.
What part?
Mount Pleasant.
Oh, Mount Pleasant. It is very pleasant.
Right across
and very mountainous.
Does Mount Pleasant have a history of pleasant things associated with it?
Well, I don't. Yeah, Charleston doesn't have that many pleasant things associated with it in the past because it was it was like one of the slave capitals. So,
Slave trade, right?
So not too pleasant.
Right.
But Mount Pleasant is like across the bridge from downtown Charleston. They call it east of the Cooper because it's east of the Cooper River. I love Mount Pleasant. It's like I have a strong connection to it. But Bill, I mean, you're out in the fucking swamps, dude.
Yeah, man. I always just tell people that I'm from Charleston because if I say where I'm really from, they're always just like, that's rough.
Yeah, you're the first person I've ever met from like that area of South Carolina, and I thought you were just gonna be just an inbred redneck, but I mean I was right. But you're still pretty pleasant.
He is.
Tell you what, brother, Bo.
I hate when people say Bo, dude. That's like my least favorite Southern word when they say Bo. It's like, hey, Bo. It's like, what? That's not even a word. What are you saying? Is that French?
I don't know. I think it is like Bo, like French, like as in like your lover, but it's not because it's like your brother.
I thought it was because bow staff, because all people in Walterboro are just martial artists.
Exactly.
Walterboro is known for its martial arts.
I started saying Bo like ironically, and then now it just comes out sometimes. Like the other day, I was with my friend. I was like, "Yo, Bo, come here," and then like I was like, I just started vomiting on myself right there.
That happened to me because I remember when swag was a big word. I started saying swag ironically. Next thing you know, I was saying swag all the time. Epic. I used to say epic all the time, like unironically when I was in like middle school. I fucking said epic. I even found like a Facebook status I made back in like 8th grade where I legitimately put epic XD.
Yo, it's funny that you say that. Bill used to say the South will rise again, ironically, and then it just kind of became a thing for him,
Bill, you should probably not. You should probably stop saying that kind of stuff.
Cool it on that one. You know what I'm saying? I just like how like there's gonna be at least 3 people that are just like, wow, Bill's a piece of shit.
Okay, if there's one thing I've learned from doing a podcast, from doing like 110 episodes of a podcast, is that you'll say these things jokingly, but if you have a big enough audience, there's always going to be a massive handful of people that have no idea somehow, like they somehow just can't pick up that you're joking, so they take you fully seriously. And then like next thing you know, you got all these people legitimately thinking that like you actually mean that, or that actually happened, or something like that. And then you have to go back in a later episode and clarify and be like, guys, when I said that I was in a...
Honestly, I don't think it's necessary to clarify it, because people who can't distinguish when you're joking and when you're being for real, cases like that, it's not a big loss.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And it's like the people that do get it, those are like that's kind of like the fan base you've curated, because like they get your sense of humor. And the people that don't get it, they're still free to enjoy the content, but it's not necessarily your job to explain it all to them, because you make the content you want to make. That's your sense of humor, and everyone's free to enjoy it.
It just might not be for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're still free to listen if they want.
That's a great way to look at it, but it's also like there's going to be like that one day when you say something and then you're going to have dudes with pitchforks at your door, like, oh my god,
yeah.
I'm waiting on it.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Like I wonder sometimes, because like back in early Super Mega, we made a lot of edgy jokes, and like there's so many jokes in early Super Mega and stuff that I'm like, I definitely shouldn't have said that one. That one's not funny anymore. Like looking back, that's just like cringy or too edgy, and it's like, fuck, like I regret saying that stuff. But there's not really anything I can do about it now. All I can do is like try to be a better version of myself online than I was 2 or 3 years ago, and just like say I'm sorry for saying anything that could have offended somebody, and try to move forward and not be that type of person online. So it's like I think there's a very tasteful way to go about it.
I also just think that people like aren't perfect, and especially like, I mean, you're young now, and like you started doing this when you were very, very young.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like there's so much stuff I've said on the internet when I was like 18, 19, 20, 21, and I'm 22 now, so it's not like a huge difference. But the thing is, through that period, I feel like that's such a big period of like change in your life. So obviously my views have changed since I was 21. Like my views have changed, because I'm young, so I'm still like figuring out who I am as a person, if that makes sense. So it's like, of course, you test the waters in different areas. Your views change from that period. So like, if I made some awful offensive joke when I was 19 or 20, or I said something really bad, it's like, oh yeah, I totally regret that, and I shouldn't have done it. In hindsight, but I was younger and a different mindset, because I'm in my early 20s, so it's like I'm becoming more of like the adult that I should be now, and I'm moving past that stuff. And I think it's important for people to recognize that and be like, oh, well, when somebody says something so long ago, and not all cases, of course, there's certain things that obviously it's like, no, you're shitty regardless for saying that. But I think in a lot of cases, it's like, I think there's a level of grace that should be given, where it's like, especially if you acknowledge your mistakes in the past. I'm not talking about like stuff like rape or anything like that, but I mean like things you say, maybe things you do, especially when you're at a young age, maybe.
Especially when you say them in jest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing about being edgy.
Yeah, like if I was legitimately going out there and like shouting like racist worldviews legitimately, but I think like if I'm 18 or 19 and I make a cringy joke that looking back is like very distasteful, it's like, yeah, well, I fucked up and I apologize for that. I was different time of my life. I think that I think that does deserve a level of forgiveness. It doesn't make it okay still, but Well,
I mean, I look back at stuff like not necessarily edgy stuff, but just like stuff I did when I was like 20 to 23, like around that area. And like I look back at it now and I'm like, I feel like I'm a completely different person now. Like
I feel like I'm a completely different person even from when I was like 21, and I'm only 22 now. So it's like, yeah, I'm still learning, and I'm sure I'll look back when I'm like 24 and be like, fuck, like I've changed so much since then, and now there's a bunch of stuff I wish I didn't say.
I shouldn't have gone on that fucking idiotic podcast.
I shouldn't have ruined my career when I went on We Don't Suck.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're glad to oblige. You know what? I think this was a very good conversation, so I think we should take a break and move on to our first ad read of the day.
Oh shit! I'll just I'll keep my little mouth shut over here and let you boys
you can
make the
jump
dough.
in if you want.
No, you can jump in because I know these are the kinds of products that you could definitely get behind. And who knows, maybe you'll be as lucky as we are and get these exact same sponsors.
Oh, we'll see. It's possible. Maybe I'll steal them from you.
Bill, take it away. I know that this one's yours.
All right, guys. So, you ever just be chilling? You ever just be chilling, look at yourself in the mirror?
Yeah.
You just think to yourself, what if I had a pistol that shot lukewarm sour cream?
I have.
You ever thought of that,
twice,
Matt?
actually. Yeah.
You just look at somebody and you just say, you know what? You got a gordita. You just bought it. You got a gordita from the Taco Bell from down in Walterboro, South Carolina, because that's where you can get that good gordita. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
And you're just looking at, you smoke the big ass blunt. You sip the little OJ, not too much. You do dope shit, but not that kind of dope shit. You feel me?
Yeah, dude.
You just booling with your boys, booling with your bestie, and you say, this gordita needs some goddamn sour cream in it.
At room temperature.
But you don't want it to be cold because then it'll be a contrast to the rest of this warm gordita. But it's been sitting in the car for a little bit, so it's kind of like a, you know, it's room temperature. So you think to yourself, what if I had some lukewarm sour cream to put on this fucking good ass gordita? Well, think no more and don't fret, because you can get this motherfucking pistol that shoots lukewarm sour cream onto your gordita. Take it away, Raph.
Well, you know what I like about it, Bill, is the fact that it looks just like a real gun. And that's probably the best thing about this product.
Legitimately just looks like a Colt 45.
Yeah.
The other day, I was feeling kind of down. I was about to blow my brains out and got a little pleasant surprise when I felt some lukewarm sour cream in the back of my throat.
It's more pleasant if you're going for it and you do the gun in the mouth method, and next thing you know, you got a throat full of lukewarm sour cream.
Yeah, I actually robbed the bank as well the other day using that gun. So honestly, lots of different uses.
Lots of good uses there, gun. Man. It's like you know, your wife, she's being a little testy, you're sick of her, but, you know, you never hit your wife because you shouldn't do that. But the law says nothing about squirting lukewarm sour cream directly into your wife's mouth when she's yelling at you. So...
yeah, exactly.
There's a clause that actually encourages that somewhere in the law.
I'm sure there's something, and there's something in the Bible, I'm sure, that's about that, saying like how you shouldn't do that, but it's one of those things like up to interpretation.
No. It's in Leviticus. It's right after the part about where they have to stone the women who are menstruating or something. Anyway, so in Leviticus, it says that you should shoot lukewarm sour cream into your wife's mouth to calm her, because that is nature's calming liquid.
It's the calming balm of nature.
It really is, and honestly, super thankful for this sponsor. Really looking forward to their future products. I heard they've got a shotgun model that they've been working on, and also a rocket launcher.
Sprays it, just full force blast of lukewarm sour cream directly.
It's got the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Put the drum on that bitch. You feel me? The drum.
It's the Call of Daisy. You know.
You ever had Matt, you ever had crème fraîche?
What? Are you setting me up for like a Bofa type thing?
No. This is a real question, because Rav came over here to South Carolina when we were doing the Ramona album, and he was like, yo, dog, we need to go to the store and get some crème fraîche. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
Crème fraîche?
Is it fraîche? Fraîche?
First of all,
fresh?
Crème fraîche.
Crème fraîche. Crème fraîche.
Second of all, how dare you?
All I know is that you are bougie for this one, Rick.
She was my bank of insecurities. I was a bag of immaturity. She was the Vicodin curing me. Yo, what I make this shit sound like a eulogy. They were the badges of my purity, but they became the barrier skewing me from the path that I chose willingly. And still my wrath weakens me currently, but I've got a goal, so I can't waste time, and I've gotta go crossing obstacles. Not for profits or products from a Prada store, nor pride or a prize like a pot of gold. dreams, your son's a demon. But I'm mad at y'all. We're incompatible, choking on the Adderall, smoking dope, the grass is tall.
Oh, Bill, you have some interesting news that you wanted to talk about, and I think you should share.
Is it the foreskin thing?
It could be later, but don't spoil it for these people. God, dude.
Sorry, man.
Right. No, this is something that Bill mentioned to me in passing, and I just like you to share the big reveal with Matt.
So,
oh yeah, hit me with it.
Do you know those things where you can it's like the ancestry.com thing, and it'll tell you like what percent you are like from all over the world? You know what I'm saying? Like your DNA. Yeah. So me and my girlfriend did that. Okay. And we did it a while ago, but apparently they had an updated version. Like there's like I don't know if they made an error or something, or they found new information, but there was an update to it. Right. And so like, I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but like I was like 43% Irish, like, you know, a slightly smaller percent, just like normal, like just European, all this stuff that I thought I was, right? But I'm less than 1% East Asian, so like, you know, India, Pakistan, you know. But here's the real one. I am 1% Nigerian.
What?
I am 1% Nigerian, y'all. And this is a really big moment for me.
Holy
you know what
shit,
I'm saying?
dude.
This changes everything.
This changes everything. My heritage.
Our branding is going to have to change.
Exactly. Everything's got to change.
Give him like the Nigerian prince outfit.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now finally it legitimizes Bill's like, you know, fraudulent.
Yeah, when he emails people saying he's a Nigerian prince.
Finally, it all comes full circle. You know, life imitates art. That's what my dad used to tell me.
Bill, I honestly, I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks, man. Bring it in.
I'm
a little closer.
Like 3,000 miles away, but I'm imagining I'm hugging you right now, and it's warm and it's soft.
A little bit closer.
Yeah.
Come on.
It feels nice, man. It's a nice hug.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. You guys hug. I appreciate that you guys hug.
Dude, yeah, me and Ryan, of course we hug.
Yeah. I remember right after the show, Ryan gave me a big old sweaty hug, and I was just like, He
gave me a sloppy kiss too. I appreciated that.
He does that, man. He's always kissing people. He kisses people he doesn't even know. It's weird. He shouldn't do it.
He's a good kisser, though.
Oh, that's the thing, man. I think that's why he's so confident, because he's such a good kisser. So he kisses everyone.
Bit of a show off.
Me and him made out for hours.
He should show it off because it's nice. But I really I love giving hugs, man. I always whenever I meet somebody, I prefer a hug over a handshake. It's more personal. Get to really feel them out more. But you know, I'll go with a handshake if people aren't comfortable with a hug. But I like to hug on the first date.
I was brought up with a family of huggers. Like everybody in my family hugs, and so like it doesn't even sort of weird me out. There's a lot of people who don't like that shit, and I'm just like, come here, let me make you uncomfortable.
It's just a hug. It's just an embrace. What's so awkward about it? You know, it's just a body to body embrace where our hearts are pressed against each other, and they beat upon one another, and my hands are on your back and your hands are on my back. And if you're hugging a man, your penises are within 1 to 2 inches from each other. There's nothing awkward about it.
They could be a little closer if you're like eye level height. You know what I'm saying?
My hot breath is on your ear. There's nothing awkward about it at all. So people need to get over it and stop being such big crybabies over hugs.
Exactly. Me and Aerospace, when I first met Aerospace, you know, the dude that we did the show with.
You met Aerosmith? Holy shit, dude.
Yes, Aerosmith, dude. Steven Tyler is my aunt. But exactly. Yo, I was like a huge Aerosmith fan when I was like 10.
I was too, because of Guitar Hero.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. This is a little bit before. Yo, also, speaking of when I was 10, I wanted to bring up something that you were saying. Like, you were talking about how you made videos and stuff. Like when you were very young. Like, my parents had, like, a big-ass, like, the big VHS camera. Like, the huge ones that you had to, like, put on your shoulder. It had to have been expensive or whatever. Like, when I was very young, like, 4 years old to, like, I think it broke when I was, like, 8. And I was trying to fix it because I wanted to do a whole bunch of VHS videos because that shit would be sick. But anyway, so like when I was a kid, I used to do the same shit, like interview my stuffed animals and shit like that. But one of like
Bill been copying me since he was a baby.
Dude, I'm like 50 years older than you, and somehow you're right.
Hey, you are a boomer. Maybe I'm like subliminally copying you by accident.
Yeah,
we're both from Bill. You even copied me by living in the same town.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't live in. Oh, we did. We lived in Columbia. That's right.
Yeah, we did.
And like we lived in Columbia. Actually, it's so weird that I lived in Columbia at the same time you guys did, but we never met. I was just a fan of your music, and I had no idea you were even in the same town.
That is pretty wild. Oh, but yo, there was one thing talking about that. Like, I did the same thing, but there's like one thing. This is like when Pokemon just came out, and I was like super duper hype on the shit, just like I am now. And like I had like this talk show, and it was just, and I was just like, hey, yeah, tonight we've got the Pokemon Master is gonna be on our talk show. And then I like walked away, and I came back and like, you know who the Pokemon Master is? You're looking at him.
Master?
You're looking at him, I said. So just put that on my resume, you know what I'm saying? Kill Bill, rapper, producer, Pokemon Master since he was 8. You know?
I could see you as like a fucking gym leader in Pokemon. Honestly,
that'd be sick. What type would I be?
I see him as like a hiker.
I am a hiker. I'm a real life
Bill?
hiker.
Or like Farmer Bill.
Hiker Bill. Farmer Bill, yeah.
If I was a hiker / farmer who sips that good water every day, what type of Pokemon would I use?
I think you'd use like Sudowoodo just because it looks like a cock, and you'd laugh at that.
That is like
Yeah.
in the background. That's my Pokemon laugh.
I guess
Like 6 Sudowoodos.
Backwoods Bill has challenged Schoolboy Rav.
James on rap, stay goofy and raw. Rap game, goofy and law. Catchphrase, doobies for all. Man, blaze strap, name Spooky and Claw. Half-baked, parents claim, dudes immature. You're perhaps saying you know where I clean. Stop playing, man, you ain't in charge. I just wanna rap flames with my crew at the bar. Rap earthbound, playing while you chewing on Mars. Stay floating like a cloud. My ego burned down, so I wonder where that's supposed to take me now. Down the stream of consciousness with my subconscious always functioning in stress. I conjure up my best up when I'm fucked up and depressed. So no wonder that my heart is always crushed up in my chest. When I bust, I come correct, trust me. Ugly and obsessed with fucking self-suck, we float. Hop up on the boat, fell into the sea and spit the deepest shit I wrote. So they can say I fell off, if I'm better off with this water in my throat. I keep gargling the notes,
My next question would be, what kind of person do you want to become? What is sort of ultimately your goal, or at least what are you working towards?
Oh man, that's a good question.
President?
Well, actually, yes. That's what I was gonna say. Is I'd like to become the president.
Good.
Basically, like, I feel really bad about this, but like, I almost don't even know at this point in my life. I have some general ideas. Obviously YouTube is not my end game. Like, I don't want to spend my entire career on YouTube. And also I don't think that that's even possible because the way the platform changes so much. I don't
Volatile, yeah.
I don't know if it will even be feasible in 5 years or even like 2 years. I think that I would love to make something bigger. I'd love to like make a short film one day, or even like I'd love to make an album even one day. I don't even know. I would love to make music, but I'm working on another project right now that I haven't announced yet. And it's kind of moving away from like the traditional type of content I make. And I'm really fucking excited for it. I've put so much time and effort and money into it recently with 2 of my friends, Harrison and Jackson. They were on Super Mega a few times recently.
Shouts out to them.
Yeah, those are.
I spent a couple of days with them. They were great.
Oh yeah. That's right. You crashed at my place for a few days, and we all hung out. Those are super great dudes. But we're working on a project together that I'm really excited about, and I kind of see it as a way, like the beginning, not the beginning, but one of the first steps of me branching out from the stuff I've been making. Because I guess my goal is I'd like to keep branching out until I can have a more successful career in kind of different realms besides YouTube. And granted, the project we're doing, it will be on YouTube partially. And I don't want to give away like what that means yet, but like you'll still be able to see what it is on YouTube. So in a way, it still is a YouTube project, but at the same time, it's also branching out more into kind of something bigger or something. It's still going to be online, but yeah, I'd really like to just keep progressing, and I don't know what it is I want to do later on in life, but I know I want it to be something creative, because like that's when I feel the most alive, and that's what I've always loved doing, and that's kind of what drives me, is creating things for people. And I feel so unbelievably grateful and lucky that I'm in a position where I can create things that make people laugh or make people happy. Because I absolutely love doing that.
Well, that's exciting. I can't wait to see what you've got up your sleeves. And
I got 2 arms up my sleeve.
You strike me as a very passionate person. I mean, whether I go back and look at your videos when you were a child, essentially, up until now, it seems that you've always been quite driven by ideas, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's great. I think you're on the right path.
Oh, thanks, man.
And I feel like whatever you put your mind to, you're definitely going to succeed. And I'm proud of you, my sweet boy.
Rav, you were too fucking sweet. And I just want to say, like, honestly, I could say the same thing about you guys because for the people listening who don't know, I found Bill because when I was a freshman in college, right about the time I was starting to make videos again for the first time, my friend Jackson, the guy I'm doing this other project with, he found the Ramona album. I think he found it on like 4chan or something, and he showed it to me. And we would listen to it in our dorm rooms. And I remember we were just like, oh man, this guy's so good. And this is like really good underground rap. And then through that, we found Rav. And then from there, I just started listening to a lot of the music, and I would listen to it all the time. And then when I found out that Bill was from Charleston, I was like, oh shit, no way. And I was like a nobody back then. I didn't have any followers. And I remember I messaged you way back then. And I think you, Bill, I don't know if you remember this, but actually, like, I messaged you ages ago before I even think I had like a following, and you responded, and you were really nice. I think that might have been on Facebook or something. I don't even remember. But
did you hit me or Rav up?
You.
I've tried to like respond. Like I try to respond to people and stuff like that.
No, you did respond.
Yeah. That's tight. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I just remembered that. I completely forgot. I think I just told you I was like a big fan of your music, and you're like, thanks, man. But you sent me a picture of your foreskin, which was very unwarranted, but it's whatever. But you guys really also have been like a major inspiration to me, just because like I was really a big fan of you guys before any of this. So it's really cool that I can actually be friends with you guys now, and we can work together and make cool shit and actually just be friends in real life. So that still like trips me out sometimes when I think about it. I'm like, oh shit, like if I'd gone back 3 or 4 years and told myself like, yeah, you're gonna be friends with those guys, I would have been like, what?
Well, the feeling is definitely mutual.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I mean, you're a big part of my life in terms of like day-to-day life. Every time I go to work or I come home from work, you know, stressful life that I have to deal with is sort of not so bad when during transit I can listen to Super Mega in the background and kind of just relax and calm down and laugh at the shit that you guys say.
Fuck, man, thanks.
Yeah, no, you've definitely been a positive force.
Yeah, that means so much. Like I guess I hear that a lot from people that say that like the YouTube channel really helps them when they're anxious and depressed, and like I love that because I don't know, it just means a lot to me that maybe I'm able to like help some people, because I have terrible anxiety. I have really bad OCD and really bad anxiety. It's like I know how anxiety feels, and knowing that like maybe something I'm doing can help some people with that, whether it be friends or just people on the internet who I've never met, like that's a really cool feeling. So I'm so unbelievably grateful for everybody that supports my YouTube channel and like listens to me. And it's so cool seeing you guys too grow, especially with doing stuff like this podcast. Like I love this podcast, and I'm super honored to be invited on. So thank you so much, guys.
Hey, thanks, man.
Thank you. We're honored to have you. You know what? This got kind of serious, so I would say it's fine time we do ad read number 2, Bill.
Oh yeah. Bring it on in.
Yeah, you take it over.
I'm gonna sit in the corner and I ironically vape. So.
That's hot.
Okay, yeah, do that. I'm gonna ironically masturbate while I do this ad read. So, you guys remember in our previous episodes, we've sold you foreskin, we've sold you wet socks.
That didn't actually work for me. I got that. That did not work.
You know what? I feel bad. I'm gonna send you some foreskin free of charge.
Are you serious? Fuck, dude.
Dude, I got your PO box details.
Thank
and
you,
everything.
man. Send me some foreskin. Not Bills though. Fucking not Bills.
No, you ain't touching mine. Mine's good. It's good quality. You ain't touching this.
It's cashmere.
Hands off.
Today, I bring you the best of both worlds. That's right, foreskin socks. The scientists have been at it for years now.
Finally.
You made me fucking ironically choke on my ironic vape cloud.
The scientists have been at it for years. You know, working sleepless nights at the laboratory trying to manufacture this amazing product that basically keeps your feet very soft. Some people say if you wear the foreskin socks, your feet are far more sensitive. You do start collecting some like smeg on your feet, but honestly, the trade-off is kind of sick. And the smeg, surprisingly, the smeg goes quite well when combined with the lukewarm sour cream. So just you know.
Slap it on a gordita and call that a day, Bo.
Yo, Bo, like, you know, if you basically, you know, after you wash the foreskin socks, if they shrink a little bit and you're having a hard time putting them on, you can put some of the sour cream on your feet and you kind of lubes them up and you can slip them right in.
That's a veteran move right there, and I appreciate that you jumped in to say that because that's what we were all thinking just now.
We're all thinking it, Bo.
Bill, any thoughts? I mean, I know you've pre-ordered about a dozen. So I was wondering, I think you got the test pair?
I did get the test pair. I got the thigh-high edition because I really wanted to. I got hairy legs, dog, and I'm a little bit self-conscious about it. And I can only shave them so many times a day. You know what I mean? So I thought, like, I'm going to just wear the thigh-high foreskin socks, you know? And I did do the sour cream move because I got pretty thick thighs. You know what I'm saying? I do save lives.
It's like a tree trunk on both legs.
Yeah, and they're hard like a tree trunk too because I work out constantly. Just my thighs though.
I actually, this sponsor, we've been in talks with them for Super Mega Cast, and I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this yet, but they're actually unveiling a new line of foreskin dungarees, which basically they're like overalls, but it's full foreskin overalls.
They'll say, "Oh, is that corduroy?" No, it's foreskin.
I don't know if I can actually. Bill, you said that and just made me imagine the book Corduroy, but instead of the teddy bear, it's just like foreskin.
I have this like weird I haven't read that book since I was like literally 3. My mom read that book to me, and I have this weird book. Like you have those like weird visceral memories that you don't like even like think are real, but now it's got foreskin in it, so you know it is.
Yeah, and looking back, as you get older, you're gonna confuse that memory and actually just start thinking like, wait, was there foreskin in that memory? Why was there foreskin in that childhood memory?
I'm gonna be telling my kids about a book that I used to read.
You guys ever think about how your kids are probably gonna listen to this stuff?
Oh yeah. No, my kids won't. Wow. I won't let my kids touch the internet.
Also, Rav, can I ask you something? Why is it in the first the thumbnail for the first episode of the podcast you don't have a mouth, but every other episode you have a mouth?
Because we talk about Rap Genius lyrics, and pretty much every single one of my words in the song I was talking about was just a question mark.
Should have just put a question mark there.
I think I did put a question mark on it, and then I saved it, and I think I had the layer hidden and didn't even notice it.
I like it. It's a good look. It'd be nice if you were like that in real life and wouldn't have to listen to your music.
Wow, great, thanks. So yeah, moving on. Foreskin socks. These could be yours next week. All you have to do is go through very easy 37 payments.
Isn't that a little excessive, Rav?
Bill, it's not that hard to wrap your mind around. It's literally
wrap your foreskin around it.
It's not that hard to wrap your foreskin around.
I'm trying to wrap my foreskin around it, but I can't because it's a lot of payments. But it's okay; they're really easy payments.
Right.
I'm glad that we did this just because we wanted you on the podcast because we love you, but also this is a great moment that we're sharing together.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Thank you, Matt.
Hey, well, guys, this has been super fun. Super, super duper fun.
The best part was the fact that we got to finally get the foreskin socks sponsor, but it was also nice to have you on, which is it's a nice bonus on the side, Yeah, it's great. So yeah, cool. Bill, actually, wasn't there a question you wanted to ask?
Matt, what's your favorite Harry Potter spell?
Ligma Patronus. Hey.
Nice. My favorite one is John Tronus.
Trap Lordy and Steez, smoke hella herb. My mama said to stop cussing, learn to use some better words. Play the game like it's motherfucking chess and learn precedence. Aggressive, let it burn, smoke sessions. Speaking out my mouth only gets me so far. Y'all won't listen to my words, but want 50 more bars. 40 odd days and like 56 nights. I'm sick of missing all these targets. I'ma get my shit right.
This shit's tight, people still miss the point. The hand don't like writing, but it will rip the joint. Still tip when Bill spitty Bill shit, I break it down. Motherfuckers trying to take my crown with the basic sound. Faces, faces. Take your favorite bars and erase it. Facelift, looking at me funny when I say shit. I hate shit. Blood up at the bottom, I can taste it. I faced it. I'm trying to chase it, I'm chasing. I'm trying to chase what I'm chasing. I'm trying to chase what I'm chasing. And when I catch that motherfucker, watch my world cave in.